Hey everybody, this is Rykard here again, and welcome to another Pokemon Sun and Moon Movesets video. Today's video is going to be all about Tsareena, so let's get started by taking a look at this Pokemon's typing, abilities, and stats. So to start things off, Tsareena is a Grass-type Pokemon that possesses 3 abilities, the first of which being Leaf Guard, which is an ability that makes it so that this Pokemon cannot be statused under the effects of the sun. As for its next ability, it is this Pokemon's signature ability, in Queenly Majesty, which is an ability that makes it so that your opponent cannot use any moves that have increased priority. As for its next ability, and its hidden ability, it is known as Sweet Veil, which is an ability that prevents itself and allies from falling asleep. As for its stats, this Pokemon has base 72 HP, coupled with base 98 physical defense and special defense, allowing this Pokemon to take hits fairly well. It also has a really great base 120 physical attack, allowing this Pokemon to hit hard from the physical side, too. Its special attack, however, is only base 50, so it's not going to be doing a lot of damage with that. But the last stat to talk about is its speed, being base 72, which isn't a terribly slow Pokemon, but isn't a terribly fast one either, so it kind of sits in that middle range that still could allow it to be an effective Choice Scarfer, but also be one of the faster Wally Pokemon if you choose to use it as such. But with that, let's take a look at the first moveset that I have for you in this video. So for this first moveset, we're going to begin by giving Tsareena a Jolly Nature to boost its speed but lower its special attack, or an Adamant Nature to increase its physical attack but lower its special attack, and then going with the Queenly Majesty ability. As to the EVs, we're going to put 252 into its physical attack to max that out, 4 into its special defense, and then 252 EVs into its speed to max that out as well. As to the item, we're either going to go with a Choice Scarf to boost our speed, a Choice Band to boost our physical damage, a Life Orb to also boost our damage but allow us to use our moves more freely at the cost of losing 10% of our health every time we damage our opponent, an Expert Belt to boost the damage of super effective moves, an Assault Vest as a way to boost our special defense, Leftovers to allow us to recover HP at the end of every turn, or Grassium Z as a way to give us a one-time super-powered Grass-type move to work in combination with the first move on the set in Trop Kick. Now Trop Kick unfortunately is one of the weaker physical grass moves, but it is the strongest one that this Pokemon gets, which is why Grassium Z could be very useful for allowing it to do more damage with it. But the other interesting effect of Trop Kick is that it actually lowers your opponent's physical attack by 1 stage, which is really cool for this Pokemon, allowing it to potentially, even on an offensive set, take a physical hit or 2 if you've lowered your opponent's attack with this move. But along with this, we're also going to be running High Jump Kick as a very, very powerful fighting type move to give us some really good type coverage and allow Tsareena to definitely be a physical threat. For your third option though, we're either going to run Play Rough as a way to give us some even more type coverage, or Rapid Spin, which is a unique move that this Pokemon has access to that could potentially, even on an offensive set, allow this Pokemon to clear hazards off the field effectively. As to the last move though, we're either going to run U-Turn as a way to move in and out of battle really quickly, possibly switching Tsareena out on something it doesn't have a good matchup against, or just getting some solid bug damage in, or running Synthesis as an option to allow Tsareena to recover HP after it has damaged its opponents, thus turning it into kind of a 3 offensive move plus recovery set that makes use of this Pokemon's high physical attack. There is another way to run this moveset though, a little bit more bulky if you would like to take advantage a little bit more so of this Pokemon's defenses. So for this set, we're going to run it with an Adamant Nature only this time and change up the EV spread slightly to be 184 HP EVs, 252 physical attack EVs, and then 72 speed EVs to give this Pokemon enough speed to outspeed base 80 Pokemon that it falls sort of short of outspeeding with just its base 72 speed stat. Now this variant allows this Pokemon to take hits significantly better, potentially allowing it to work better with Synthesis in combination with the other moves, but overall it's just another really viable option for this Pokemon to run if you don't want to just maximize its speed and hope for the best that it will outspeed stuff if you're not using a Choice Scarf variant of it. As for this next moveset, we're going to be running a very interesting boosting set for Tsareena. So we're going to start this one off by giving it a Jolly Nature to increase its speed but lower its special attack, and make use of the Queenly Majesty ability like before, and an EV spread of 252 attack EVs, 4 special defense EVs, and 252 speed EVs. As to the item, we're going to make use of Normalium Z on this moveset to work in combination with the first move in Splash. Now normally Splash is a move that does absolutely nothing, and is more or less the worst move in the game, but they did something very funny with this move this generation, and when you use Normalium Z with Splash, you essentially get a +3 physical attack boost, which allows this Pokemon's attack stat to skyrocket to very high levels very quickly. Now it's important to note that you can only do this once in the battle, so you do have to be very careful when you do use it, but when you do, you'll be doing a lot of damage with all of your physical moves, which again are going to be Drop Kick, High Jump Kick, and Play Rough as the 3 moves that you're going to be going with. Also, as an added option in your 3rd move slot, if you don't think you're going to need Play Rough, Synthesis is another great option to allow this Pokemon to recover some HP while it attempts to make use of its powerful physical attacks. As to this next moveset, I'm going to be showing off the first of 2 defensive ways to run Tsareena. So we're going to start this one off by giving it a Careful Nature to increase its special defense but lower its special attack, and giving it the Queenly Majesty ability. As to the EVs, we're going to put 224 into its HP to give it a significant investment into that, 252 into its special defense to increase its special defense to its maximum level, and then put the remainder 32 EVs into this Pokemon's speed to allow it to outspeed base 75 speed Pokemon it falls just short of outspeeding. As to the item though, since this is a defensive set, we're going to be using leftovers to allow us to recover HP at the end of every turn. As to the moves, again, we're going to be making use of Drop Kick as a way to allow this Pokemon to not only deal some good Grass-type stab physical damage, but also lower our opponent's physical attack, which is going to then allow Tsareena to take hits extremely well from both the special side due to our EV investment into it, and the physical side due to the stat reductions from this move. Along with this, we're going to be running Rapid Spin as a way to allow Tsareena to clear hazards off the field and support your team. Then for the 3rd option, we're either going to choose to run Aromatherapy as a way to heal any negative statuses your team has been inflicted with, Toxic as a way to poison opponents, which could be very useful against a number of Pokemon that are going to try to come in and spin block versus you, or running U-Turn on the set as a way to get this Pokemon some switch initiative for another teammate to make use of. As to the last move though, we're going to go for our reliable recovery move in Synthesis to allow us to sustain ourselves throughout the battle and function as an effective physical and special wall due to the EV spread and attacks on this set. As for this last moveset, we're going to also be using Tsareena in a defensive way, but a little bit differently. So we're again going to be running a Careful Nature with the Queenly Majesty ability and the same EV spread as the previous set. However, in this set, we're going to be using Tsareena as a dual screener through the use of Reflect and Light Screen as your first 2 moves to boost the ability of your teammates to take physical and special hits better. As a result of that, we're also going to be using the Light Clay item as a potential option of this set to extend the turns of these screens from 5 to 8 and protect your team for a little bit longer. But for the main attacks on the set, we're going to be running Drop Kick or Rapid Spin as your 3rd option to either give you a powerful grass move to use that will lower your opponent's attack, or a way to clear hazards off the field. And then for the last option, either going with Rapid Spin again if you use Drop Kick in the 3rd slot, Synthesis as a way to recover, or U-Turn as a way to set up your screens and then easily switch out to a member of your team that could make use of the added defenses that they get from the screens being up. It's interesting to note also that if you do use this set with Rapid Spin as the only way to damage your opponent, it can still be an extremely effective defensive Pokemon in that regard by just setting up screens and getting rid of hazards. It's actually one of the very few Pokemon in the game that can simultaneously do both of these things, and also at the same time either U-Turn out to give you some switch initiative or keep its health up through Synthesis for a long time and allow you to continue to do this throughout the battle. But with that, everybody, that is it for this video on Tsareena. I hope you all enjoyed the movesets that I have for this very unique Pokemon that can allow this Pokemon to run as an offensive and defensive member of your team. But with that, as always, everybody, take care, goodbye, and I will see you all next time.